I know that my Redeemer lives. You know, we live in a world that leaves us with more questions to this life than answers. Sometimes we don't know why good people go through pain. Sometimes we can just ask questions, but why is it so? But we don't really have all the answers to the questions of our hearts. For example, why will someone like Job, that God at times will make his boss and say, have you considered my servant Job? God was so proud of him. And God could talk about his integrity, talk about his righteousness, talk about how he was such a nice person and a good person. And yet, at the end, Job went through pain, through suffering, lost everything. But why would such a nice person suffer that kind of pain? And it looks like it's when you step into your life with God that the challenges start coming. How do we answer such kind of questions? But Job, in the midst of all these things, says, all this is not enough for me to lose my confidence in God. I know that my Redeemer lives, he's still alive. So when we talk about the concept of redemption, to redeem means to buy back, to pay back what we owe a slave master. The redemption is the act of saving or being saved from sin or evil. Job chapter 19. And Job says, for I know that I am not like guessing. I am not just thinking. I know. And Job was saying this, he made this statement right in the midst of suffering and pain. His relations, no one was there for him. His friends, no one was there for him. Instead of comfort, he received condemnation. Instead of taking up his case for him, they were there running him down. And that is why Job, instead of giving up, he said, I have looked unto men. I have counted on friends. I have looked unto my relations as my redeemers. He said, I know. In the midst of all this, rejected by relations, rejected by friends, Job boldly declared, I know that my Redeemer lives.